What's up, Webster City Middle School? It's me, Aiden.
And me, Ryan.
Today is Thursday, October 12th, 2023.
Hey, did you know that the fifth graders have been at School of the Wild?
Oh my! That sounds pretty wild.
Okay, let's send it on over to the fifth graders.
September 25th through September 28th, all of 5th grade went to Briggs Woods for 4 days. It was called School of the Wild. For those 4 days, we did lots of fun activities and learned lots of fun stuff about nature. There were different parts for each day. There was history, prairie, aquatics, and woodlands. Now, let's go over to Avery and see what she liked the most.
Hi, my name is Avery, and I love School of the Wild Week, but my favorite day was history. In history, Mrs. Blaisdell brought us out to a grassy area with lots of trees, sticks, and logs to build a shelter. We had 45 minutes to build the shelter, then we went back to the conservation center to throw atlatls, which are spears that the Native Americans used. Then after lunch, we wrote in the School of the Wild notebook, and then we went back to middle school. That's all for me, so let's send it over to Brock with the prairie.
My name is Brock. Have you ever made mud balls? I'm reporting on the prairie. For the prairie, we get into groups to bird watch. We found robins, blue jays, cardinals, and other sorts of birds. After that, you got to make mud balls, mix with seeds, and throw them into the prairie to grow different types of plants. One of the seeds we included was milkweed. Finally, we got to go on a scavenger hunt before going back to the school. In my opinion, prairie was the best. That's all from me, and let's throw it over to one Ashley.
I'm one Ashley, and last Wednesday, my class in School of the Wild did aquatics with Mr. Sizer, Cody, and Phoebe. We got to go in the water with nets to catch fish. We also went fishing with a rod. Afterwards, we tried to figure out what type of fish we caught. I caught 3 small fish. Did you catch any fish? I thought it was pretty cool, especially getting to touch the fish. Well, that's all from me. Now let's swim over to Jack with the woodlands.
Hi, I'm Jack, and at School of the Wild, we went to Briggs Woods. There was a different teacher in charge of each section. Miss Ginfer was in charge of the woodland section. Have you ever wondered what's inside an owl pellet? At School of the Wild, we found out there are skulls, hind legs, shoulder blades, and hips. There are rodent, bird, shrew, and mole bones. We also got to match leaves to a chart. Then we found the leaves that matched to a certain tree. This is all for me. Now let's climb over to Lila.
Thank you, Jack. Me personally, I love School of the Wild, and I hope the rest of 5th grade did too. I hope you had an amazing time learning about School of the Wild, and also hope you had a great rest of your day. Now, let's send it on over to the anchors.
Wow, that looked pretty wild.
Yeah, it did.
Now let's go to the sixth grade hallway and see what they're doing.
Hi WCMS, it's Alex. And in 6th grade history, we've been working on a project about Native Americans. For the project, you could either do culture, technology, or geography. And you could focus on either one of the main tribes or do all the tribes we learned about. Some of these tribes were the Woodland, Mill Creek, Iowa, and the Great Oasis tribes. You had to have at least 3 sentences and had to have at least 1 photo. Now let's send it on over to Ben about the trip to the Capitol. I gotta go before I miss the bus.
On October 4th, the 6th grade classes all went on a field trip to the Iowa State Capitol in Des Moines for the day. We started off exploring the courtyard for a few minutes, then going to meet our tour guides. They took us all around the Capitol, through the Supreme Court rooms, to see the many different paintings, the ship model, past the statues, and the amazing library. Finally, we went all the way up to the Whispering Gallery. That is an inside walkway at the base of the dome, about 275 feet in the air. I thought it was very interesting to see all the history and the center of our state government. I'm Ben, and now I'll travel back to the anchors.
Oh, so that's the big gold building.
The in-person tour looks so fun. Too bad my class only got the virtual tour.
Well, my Stratford class got to go in person.
That's cool. The 7th graders are making companion books in reading.
A what?
That's what the 7th graders are making.
I still don't know what that is.
Well, Kirsten will tell you.
Hey guys, I'm Kirsten, and I'm glad to be back. In 7th grade literacy, we have been working on companion books. A companion book is a slideshow that is about a book you read this year. Our companion books contain a title page, table of contents, an introduction slide, plot slides, theme slides, and many more. These slides are based off literacy lessons we have done since the beginning of the year. The numbers of slides vary for each teacher. This project is very open to customization. Each companion book is different in its own way. I thought this project was fun, except for writing. Don't tell Miss Peck. But let's flip it over to Henry.
Thanks, Kirsten. Have you ever made a 3D viewer for your phone? Well, that's what we're doing in Expeditions. First, we learned about how light reflects and changes. Then we picked out a template of a 3D viewer to look at our phones with. Then we cut it out. After that, we taped and folded our viewers. This is the final product. The previous expedition was about gravity and roller coasters. The next expedition is about race cars and how they work. I thought making the 3D viewers was fun and worth it. Now let's send it over to the anchors.
Wow, those expectations sound super cool.
You mean expeditions, right?
Oh, yeah. That project did look really cool. Seeing the video in 3D would have been totally rad.
The 8th graders got to do the 3D viewer thing too. And it was totally rad, bro.
Wait, what are you writing your 8th grade paper on in reading?
Social issues.
Okay, let's have Ava tell us more about those papers.
Hey WCMS, it's me, Ava, and today I'm going to be telling you about what fantastic writing the students in 8th grade are doing. In reading, the students are writing about problems that concern them, the world, or the community. For instance, many students are writing about human trafficking. To start off, we all looked at mentor texts or other essays that can correlate to ours and we can reference when writing our drafts. Then, we researched everything that we could and put it onto a Google Doc. Next, we wrote our rough draft and ran it through PaperWriter, which gave us suggestions on how we could improve upon our writing. Finally, we finalized our essay, giving it a unique title and highlighting parts such as the 5 W's, lead, clever ending, and grace notes. Honestly, this project was super fun, and I think everyone enjoyed it thoroughly. That's all from me. Let's write it on over to Owen.
Hey WCMS, it's Owen from 8th grade. The 7th and 8th grade cross-country team has had 7 meets, and we even won 2 of them. Winning these meets are a pretty big accomplishment because they are usually 10 to 20 teams at each one of these meets. In fact, at one of these meets, Caleb Dreger, one of the students here, got first out of everyone there. Our coaches were Miss Bailey and Mr. Bonner. Our last meet was on Tuesday, October 10th. I think that cross-country is very fun and was extra fun this year because of how good we did. That's all for me. Now let's run it back over to the anchors.
Wow, cross country sure does sound cool.
Yeah, it does.
Now for upcoming events.
There is no school on Monday, October 16th.
On the 17th, it is the last football game for this year.
Picture retakes are on October 19th.
Kona Ice is on Friday, October 20th.
Grade postings will be on the 23rd of October.
We have 2 early outs for parent-teacher conferences on October 24th and the 26th.
And no school on the 27th.
Wow, that was a lot of info.
Yeah, it was.
See you next time on
From the Middle.